What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Flying Pig podcast. My name is Eddie,
And I'm John.
and we are here with Art of Decay. Woo!
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Happy to be here at the Flying Pig.
Oh,
Yep.
shit. Why don't you guys go around and introduce yourselves and what you do in the band?
What's up? This is Eric. I play guitar.
This is David. I'm vocals and drums.
This is Olga. I'm a lady singer.
This is Nikhil, and I'm the bassist.
Nikhil, you got like the deepest voice right now, bro.
Yep.
Are you
Been
doing,
practicing, man.
are you doing backup vocals?
Nope.
You should take advantage of that, guys. He's got the Barry White deep voice. Hello, ladies. Awesome, guys. So it's really good to have you guys here. We've known you for a while, and you've been back and forth in our studio, which is awesome. Why Art of Decay? What's with the name?
That
That
took
was-
a long time to
That,
get to.
yeah. It took a long
I'm
time.
going straight to the liver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the name, but definitely, you know, like the reference and everything. Like I'm pretty sure there's definitely a deeper meaning there. So what's up?
Yeah, we had David personally had, I think he was so going for avant-garde was the name for the longest time, and Eric just would not let me have it. Like, no, you will not do avant-garde. It does not work. And I was like, why not? So let's take a vote. So it took a long time to finally settle on things. We had a notepad, and we just said, you know what? We're about to release our first EP. We're still nameless at this point. We gotta get it on paper. So we wrote down a bunch of ideas and settled it down to like 5. And from those 5, we did our top 2. What were some of the funny ones that we had?
The Beaten Breathless.
No, that was
We had all kinds of. We had a ton of terrible names, and then it went to a Facebook vote essentially.
the mouth breathers, right?
The Mouth Breathers was one of the funny ones.
Mouth breathing.
We are Mouth Breathers.
Oh,
But it essentially just came down to like the top 2 were Beaten Breathless and Art of Decay. And we took it to a Facebook vote because we were literally split right down the middle. Eric and our bassist at the time, Cameron, loved Beaten Breathless, and Olga and I were Art of Decay. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just take to Facebook social media. That's what this is invented for.
Yeah.
Get people invested in our music and make it to where they feel like they're part of it, because they are. So we had a vote, and ultimately Art of Decay won. So we just stuck with Art of Decay, much to the grievance of Eric, I'm sure, but it worked out now because now it just sounds like home. And it's basically just means like, it's kind of like a dual meaning, like it's kind of like art of living, but it's a more metal way of saying living. Decay, we're all born and then we're dying slowly from day one. And it's also a musical term as well, like decay, like cymbals decay and the decay of guitars and all the stuff. So it's like the art of music as well. So it's kind of like
That's nice.
a dual meaning with that.
Now I'm gonna die. Fuck.
It's like I saw a meme the other day, and it was what if oxygen is actually poisonous to human beings? It just takes 90 years to kill us.
Mhm.
Killing us slowly.
Holy
So,
shit.
Mind blown.
Awesome. So, what's the story of Art of Decay? How this whole approach got started? Who was the person, pretty much, or the few of you who came up with, okay, I'm bored. I want to do this. Let's do it.
Because that's how every band starts. It's like,
I'm bored.
I'm bored.
No, usually, you have the people that you look forward to, you look up to, and then you visualize yourself as, hey, I want to do that. How was that journey for you guys?
What's funny is the birthplace of Art of Decay is actually right here in Brea, California.
Really?
And that's actually real life, yeah.
That's real. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I was dating a girl at the time that worked with Eric, and apparently she'd come home every day and be like, all right, there's this guy at work. He's been bothering me about who plays drums, and I happened to say that you did. And at the time, I was like, quote unquote, retired, I guess. I just kind of gave up on music, and I was super depressed, actually. Like, when I was 18, I joined a band, and I just went on tour immediately, and it was all kind of given to me, and then it ended abruptly after a couple of years, and I tried numerous projects. I moved all over the place. I moved to Los Angeles. I moved to wherever the music was, the gigs that I auditioned for. And I had some things that were fun, but nothing was clicking. Like when you're playing with somebody, it just clicks and it's working. Yeah. Otherwise, it's forced, and you can't create anything when you're forcing it. So I just kind of gave up, and I was super depressed. I was working a job I hated, but I just kind of, in my mind, thought, this is it. This is all I'm just going to be, another miserable 9-to-5 or whatever. And then, like I said, she was kept on coming home saying, hey, there's this guy, like, he really wants to jam, he really wants to jam, he really wants to jam. And I was always just kind of like, no. So I kind of blew it off for her. like month or two.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like eating crab legs at the restaurant that they were working at down the street, Taps in Brea, actually. Yeah. And I was having crab legs on the patio, minding my business, having a nice beer and some crab legs, amount of like a pound of crab legs. And Eric just pops in and is like, fuck this guy. I'm going to make him jam with me. So he pops over with his like chocolate milk or Diet Coke, whatever it was. And he just sits down and he's like, "What's up, dude? I'm Eric." And I was like, mouth full of crab legs, like, "What's going on? Nice, good to meet you." And then I was like, "God damn it, this is one guy that wants to jam." And then he just started talking to me, and then
Yeah, we had a lot of the same influences. I'd been looking for somebody that I could vibe with and jam with for a long time. I mean, even years. Where drummer after drummer, we'd do a practice session, and it just kind of wouldn't pan out. So I got in front of this dude, and I'm like, "All right, this is what I want. These are the bands I like. This is what's happening. This is what's going to happen." And he's looking at me like, "Yeah, whatever. All right, we'll jam." I mean, from there, like, we got into Bomb Shelter, which became a home for us.
not to say I wasn't intrigued either. Like, normally I just kind of blow people off. I would blow people off, because like I said, I was just kind of depressed, and I just wanted to not anything to do with music anymore. It's just a hobby for me. I was like, okay, this is just a hobby. It's not what I want to do in my life anymore. But the way he was so like passionate and adamant about it, and he was like, "Do you like As I Lay Dying?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I love As I Lay Dying." "And do you like this and that?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I like them too." At the time though, I was literally just jamming at my house on my drum set to a lot of different stuff like jazz and just soft stuff, and I was just kind of just grooving. I wasn't even playing metal, and I was like, "All right, we'll go to the Bomb Shelter." Not necessarily just to like tell him yes, but it was actually like I was kind of intrigued by it. Well, this guy has a little bit of fire underneath him. It wasn't just like every other guy, like, "I want to jam." Like, he was actually like, "I want to do this with my life. It's all I've ever wanted to do." So yeah, we ended up going to Bomb Shelter.
Yeah, with the first riff we kind of laid out, just kind of put it out there and looked at each other, kind of like, "Okay, this is fun." And from then, we had like a 2-hour session.
Yeah, no, it was a 3-hour because they have this special like first 3 hours for like this much
And
money.
it was David and I for at least a year,
At least.
maybe
How long
2.
ago was this?
Probably 2 to 3 years ago.
Nice.
I mean, I've got video from day one. I want to say on GoPro where
Probably like 2.5, 3, yeah.
we would just kind of go into the studio and riff after riff. Do you like this? Do you like that? And I would just throw things at the wall because I've been playing and like I always had ideas of things I wanted to do.
This
Yeah.
guy had so many riffs just from stored up from all the time he was
Yeah.
jamming. Like, I was just like, dude, just for days, just sorting through all the riffs ideas that he had.
And David would be like, "Oh, I like that. I don't like that." We'd throw bounce ideas back. "Oh, I have an idea for I want the drums to sound like this," or I've always thought this would be cool. And we were putting together 7-minute songs, 8-minute songs, like
Yeah.
super proggy. It
Yeah.
was super proggy.
We were so
yeah.
much different. I wish we had a recording, actually. We
Oh
might be
my
able to
God.
find it, of like our first stuff. And it was just brutal pig squealing. Because it was just us. And I do screams now as well, still, to this day. But back then, we were just messing around, and I could do little vocals here and there. So I was just
Yeah.
like, like, just the squealiest, heaviest, different stuff. It was so
Brown
much,
notes.
yeah. Yeah.
It was fun.
It was so much different than the band ended up becoming. But yeah, it was just like, at the time, we didn't know what our identity was at that time. It was just, Eric had 900 riffs, and we just sorted through all of them.
We kind of, around that time I moved to LA, and we wanted, to kind of pursue it. Like, we felt that we had some really cool songs going on. We recorded a 7-song, just David and I,
Yeah, a little
in the
instrumental
studio
demo.
so that we could kind of, shop it around and find a permanent singer, because both he and I were trying. Those are fun demos also.
Oh, they were fun.
I had a spare bedroom that David and I are both singing in, and
Trying to sing good.
they'll pop
God.
up on my iPhone from time to time in my car, and when I'm driving, I just die laughing.
I wish you guys hear it.
Yeah, we
There'll
had
be B-roll
heard 'em?
footage.
yeah, they're funny.
She's like,
And
what is this?
yeah, we had these 7 songs, and we kind of were looking for. We were thinking some heavy, aggressive male singer that could kind of cover the singing and the screaming parts. Because
I did not want to do vocals.
Yeah, we both were like, okay, we can't do this. We tried plenty of times. Trust me. We're like, all right, what if I do this part? What if you do this part? And we put a Craigslist ad out, and we're like, we're searching for. We were thinking another guitarist, a bassist, and a singer, and we got a lot of really fun submissions from Craigslist. Some really interesting people on there.
Interesting. That's the way to
And
put
people
it.
always say,
Interesting.
don't go to Craigslist, but that's what we knew and what we
Hey,
did.
man, I found out of when I was in Pennsylvania, I started doing vocals for a band out of Lebanon, and I was from Lebanon, PA.
Yeah.
I was like in the Lancaster, kind of
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
You know,
The jackass country.
pretty kind of like all that, Westchester, Lancaster, all that stuff.
I know several guys from Lebanon. How strange.
Yeah, and it was very short, but I found out of them through Craigslist, and it was a really nice, short but really nice story and opportunity that I had. So Craigslist, it's home for crazy people too, but I had the
I'd
opportunity.
say hit or miss, but
It's a hit or
More-
miss,
more
yeah,
misses.
but definitely you'll.
But yeah,
We've had some bands that we've come across that they're Craigslist bands,
Mhm.
which is like you don't find that often, but you get it, so it's always worth a shot.
yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like I kind of took it as a positive because, like he said, we'd recorded this like 7-song instrumental demo to attract people into the band, and it wasn't high quality, it was just very rough, just some ideas and whatnot. But the amount of people that were interested, the submissions we were getting that were trying to audition and wanting to be a part of it,
Awesome.
was exciting to me because we had just emails coming in. And I was like, dude, look at all these people weeding through them. Yeah, I mean that's kind of disheartening because you're like, dude, oh man, this person's not gonna work. This person didn't return phone calls. This person was supposed to show up, and we're sitting there, an hour and a half later, like this fool ain't gonna show up, is he?
But that's actually a really good experience because you get some validation there. It's like, okay, cool, people like it.
Yeah.
We're in the right path.
It's
so.
a shitty recording, and people are still hitting us up. So
there was a lot of interest, which was cool. And I mean,
and did anyone from that Craigslist?
Yeah, actually,
work
yeah.
for-
Enter Olga Plekhanova.
Yes, I was about to ask.
yeah.
So if we're looking for a male singer,
Yeah, so
who can
weird.
do
Yeah.
metal vocals,
It
how
was
did
the
we
most.
ended up with Olga here?
She sent in a
Sorry.
submission. I mean, like,
through
and
Craigslist.
Yes.
So, had you been looking for bands through Craigslist for a while? Like,
Yeah.
how was that approach?
Well, I've been looking for the band since I came here from Russia for a year and a half, about that time, and I met so many
she said
Crazy
she had
people.
some great
Interesting people as well. Interesting people.
very interesting. Yes, it's just everyone's so different. I don't know. It's just I tried so many bands, and I don't know. I tried to work with many people, and then everything turns out like it's not mine. Doesn't click. Doesn't. Go.
Gotta click.
Yeah, and then finally I found these guys, and when I've heard their music, I'm like, yes, that's what I want. Finally,
That's
and
awesome.
and then whenever I texted them, I said, well, I know maybe you guys looking for a male vocalist, but I can be maybe a back vocals or
Like
something.
backup vocals?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I know. I was like, I just want
Yeah.
to play already. I just want to be there.
Yeah.
And yes, and finally they listened to my.
She sent a track over from a band that she'd worked with in Russia that was really good, and I thought it had some cool like Haley Williams, Paramore vibe to it.
Yeah.
And David and I we kept sending the submissions back and forth. What do you think about this person, this person, this person? David and I listened to that song. I think he was at work, and I'm like, dude, check this one out. This is different. And I was like, you know what? Let's give her a shot. Let's try it out. And even he was like, okay, let's try it. I know it's not necessarily what we're looking for, but that could give us a really cool vibe. It could kind of give us an approachable sense to the music.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I met her in a coffee shop, and I mean, right down the street from my house, I built a vocal booth in my home so that we could have the opportunity to try and continue progressing.
Yeah.
Met her in the coffee shop. Once again, I went, this is what's happening. This is what's going to go on. I'm staring at her. I know she's looking across the table at me. I had like, handlebar mustache. I look like a wild man, and I'm jacked up on caffeine, and I'm just going like a mile a minute. And I'm like, within 3 minutes, I'm like, so you want to go back to my house and record? And she's like, okay, let's go.
Nice.
Wow, that's really dope.
I mean, we went back to my house. I threw her in the booth, and we recorded the first song. I said, which one do you want to do? Because we had the 7 songs. I'm like, which one do you want to record over? And she went with the first one, and I mean, pretty much one take on that song. She ran through the whole thing in the summertime in a leather jacket, in in a
In the closet.
closet recording booth.
Oh,
It is
man.
hotter than hell in
I
here.
am
Hot as-
familiar with closet.
And
Dude.
she came out, and I'm like, all right, I like that. Let's send it to David and see. And
See what's up, yeah. But that's awesome, man. That's
Yeah, she'd sent over a cover of Nelly Furtado's. What song's that called? What's that called?
Wait,
No?
what?
Isn't that correct?
The one with
No, you don't
Yes,
mean
that one.
nothing at all.
Oh,
to me,
yeah,
or something
the
like that.
metal
that
one.
one. Yeah,
one,
it's
yeah.
that one.
And it
With
was like
some
this
metal.
like pop goes punk like version where it was like, like, and then all of a sudden she did the chorus, and I thought at first she did the screaming as well, and I was just like, oh, dude, it's like metal stuff, and then she comes out with this like awesome, like, and it was just no way. So that caught my attention, and never. It's kind of funny because never ever in my life did I ever think I'd be in a band with a girl, just because I just never saw it happening.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a really cool testament, and that's an attraction right now, so to speak. Because it's a breath of fresh air, at least for the status quo. You go to a show, you see a band full of dudes. There's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that, but as a listener, as audience, it's okay, cool. This is different. Let's check it out. So I personally love the fact that it's a completely different vibe, and now listening to the story and see how everything unfolded,
Mhm.
it's pretty amazing. I'm pretty sure people are gonna now kind of like feel, holy shit, there's more to these bands now than what I just see at a show or so and so.
And
I
one of the
hope
other
so.
things with
Yeah.
Olga
Came
was,
together and like from just the way it came together. Now I think it's definitely given us the edge that we needed to stand out. Versus if Eric and I would have went the route with a dude and gotten heavy and heavy like we wanted to. I don't think it would have been as successful. So I definitely think obviously it's the right way to go.
Another thing with her is she had the work ethic. I mean,
Yeah.
I was telling her, we're gonna practice at bomb shelter. We live in LA, and she's like, okay, it'll only take me about 2.5 hours by bus to get there. I'm like, no, you drive with me. It'll be okay. She's like, oh no, it's only like 2.5 hours by bus. So I'm like, no. There was a work ethic there that we didn't see
Yeah.
from a lot of the people that we were.
Oh, you guys know
Trying
how it
to-
is. You've met so many people in the industry where they come not prepared to
No
something.
job,
It's like
no
you really
car.
wanted to be a part of this. You wanted to be serious. No preparation. People come up and like, okay, which song do you want to do? No idea. She came with verse, chorus, bridge, and harmonies already ready and recorded it all in basically a couple takes. And I was at work. It was just him, but he sent me over and I was like, how long were you guys there? He's like, dude, I let her do like 3 takes of it, and she did the chorus, harmonies, verses, and everything. And I was like, and lyrics? He's like, yeah. I was like, dude. So it was like the preparation was there. She was focused, and I just kind of knew, like right off the bat, I was like, yeah. I had almost like a stigma against having a girl in a metal band, for obvious reasons. That stupid male thing about like, oh no, it's supposed to be tough.
Yeah.
No. But then I was just like, dude, let it go. Like she's definitely got the work ethic, the stage presence, and everything we were looking for. Like
That's
she's got
awesome,
the
man.
gig for sure.
That doesn't take the heaviness out of the band. On the contrary, I feel that gives you a little more space in between those parts. That way, it's a little bit more meaningful.
It also changed
Yeah.
our entire writing style. I mean, we
Yeah.
went from the 7-minute songs to let's get at the meat and potatoes, and like let's kind of let's find a way to showcase Olga. And it's kind of really, it's been a learning experience. It's been something that has really provided an outlet for some really enjoyable music. I mean, I really like the direction that we've gone.
That was actually really hard for me at first because Eric and I were working on these songs for a year and a half or so.
Big squealing and everything.
Well, I mean, but not just that, but it was also like, yeah, flying pig squealing. But it was more or less like, it was more or less just like we had these sections that I just loved. It was like, I can't cut these parts, but in the long run, now looking back on it, the songs are so much better without these like instrumental parts. And like you said, cut to the star of the band. We just kind of took back and we're like, okay, we don't want to like show off like any kind of musical prowess anymore. We want to more, showcase the vocal aspects of it and make that to where it's more structured. So our songs literally just got structured in a very short, like to basically cut everything in half, and it worked out.
I completely get you. My other band, Magara, we were heavily influenced by 70s prog. So we had like 14-minute songs, instrumental, like fully instrumental songs without anything repeating. Like it was linear music.
That was our stuff, very linear, no chorus. It's just.
Yeah. And then my guitarist and me, we were like the founders of the band, and we parted ways with our bassist and our drummer, and we matured as musicians and everything. We're like, these songs are amazing, but how can we have art is communication, so we want to be able to communicate our vision, our art to the most amount of people. Fortunately or unfortunately, most people can't listen to an instrumental 14-minute song. So we were like, okay, so there isn't anything wrong with it, but how can we make this appealing to the most amount of people? And now we're writing 4.5-minute songs, and still the musicianship is completely in there. Like, I'm super proud because I don't feel that emptiness of like, oh, like we went from being like super proggy to like not so prog right now.
Yeah, there's definitely like a common ground that you can share with a balance of sorts, really,
Mhm.
where it's like you can have, your technicality and stuff that you're proud to play and say, hey, this is us, but also that mainstream appeal as well and that's basically what Art of Decay all is trying to balance like fun stuff that musicians and, like aficionados of music are going to like, but then also a mainstream pop edge that the, regular listener that maybe isn't so into the music side is also going to be drawn to as well. And the charisma of her as a front woman and everything else, that's definitely the common ground balance that you got to find.
Yeah.
Art of balance.
How about you, Nikhil?
Well,
So we were in
it's a
India
crazy
one
story.
day.
Yeah. Well, actually, I met Eric at the gym. He had a Motorhead shirt on, right? And I was like, this dude,
Seriously.
We're bros.
He used to do this like finger thing between every set. I thought he was a bassist. At that time, I was looking for a bassist for my project. And
Which is kind of ironic.
yeah. And then I approached him. I was just like, yo, dude, do you play bass? He was like, no, but I have a band. Check this out, He gave me like these stickers, his face stickers, and like these stickers and stuff.
He came out. Hey, here we go. Sticker.
Yeah,
boom,
dude.
boom, boom.
Right after set, he pulled out
Press
stickers.
kit.
He's just like, yeah, here you go, To be
Al-
honest,
always
the,
be
the first
prepared.
time,
Yep.
The problem
first
now
time
is
I was
we're
just like-
out of band stickers, and all we have is left is Eric's face sticker. It's a black and white face of Eric, like just there you go. No Art of Decay on it, just a
White,
face.
beautiful.
We were reading
Let me know if you want one. Just email me.
Yeah,
I want one.
I
think it's
got a bag right here.
got a backpack full of them.
yeah. So I mean, he gave me these stickers, and to be honest, the first week I didn't check it out. I was like, okay, cool, another dude with a band,
Another dude
And-
nowhere.
And then I was I had met him again at the gym, and he was like, "Did you check out the band?" I was like, "No, not yet, dude." So that day, I went back and I checked out the band. I was like, "Damn, this is good," Like I checked out their EP, Rice, and I was like, "Damn, this is good stuff." Then I spoke to Eric. I was like, "Let's meet up." And I'm an engineer, so I thought I'd record their stuff. I'd collaborate with them on that end. And we spoke about doing a song. And eventually we ended up doing like one of their singles. We recorded that, and it was a really good vibe. It was a cool song, had fun. And I don't know how it happened, but they were looking for, at one point they needed a bassist to cover a couple of their shows. I was like, okay. And at that point, my wrist was broken, so I couldn't play guitar. Right. So I was like, okay, be on stage or
How did you break
sit
your
at
wrist?
home.
How do you break your wrist? What happened?
Well, it was a firefight. Let's just put it at
There
that.
was a firefight.
Yeah, I mean,
Bleeding through, baby.
freak accident.
Freak
I like
accident.
speed.
Oh, okay.
Going fast, not the drug.
Oh,
But was
Motorhead.
Motorhead.
But was it,
Exactly,
but
yeah.
was it in a car or on a skateboard?
Motorbike.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
He's got a
yeah,
cute
I'd
scooter.
broken my wrist, so I couldn't play guitar. So I was like, okay, fuck it, let me just play bass then.
So you were just.
it just needs
So,
the one
I
finger,
just
right?
exactly. I just need
Basically,
my
that's a
fingers
jab
and
at
boom, boom,
bassists.
done.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a cast, and I can still play bass though.
Yeah. And it was shiny green cast, so I actually stood out during the gigs. I was like, fuck yeah, And yeah, so that's how it all came about. I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and help them out for a couple of gigs. And then one day we're in David's parking lot, and David looks at Eric. Have you had the talk with him yet? I was like shit scared. I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen
it's
now?
about to go down.
Oh dear. And they just turned to me. They're like, okay, they explained the things. They're like, yeah, so everything's cool. Would you like to be, like official? Let's make this official. I was just like, inside I was like, oh fuck yeah, but what I told him was like, yeah, dude, cool. You know, the lowest voice I can. Yeah.
Inside it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
yeah.
it's like, thank you, bro.
It kind
It was very
Yeah,
business as usual.
it goes back to work ethic again with Nikhil. I mean, he recorded us for free, and he put a lot into that recording. I mean, there was a lot of time involved in, we're perfectionists. We always want everything to sound exactly how it is in our head. And I mean, he took the time to do it right. I mean, when we were in the studio, it was take after take where we thought we were perfect.
Oh, dude.
And he was like, nope.
I had never
Nope.
recorded
Nope.
with an... Oh, yeah, John's fist pumping right now.
Yeah.
I'd never recorded with an engineer that was that much perfectionist where I was like, felt like, this must be what it's like to work with Adam D.
That's the
He was
Indian in me
meticulous.
kicking in.
Huh?
That's the Indian in me kicking in.
Oh, my God.
No, that was the free.
And that was one of our... That was one of our
That's the way it
easiest...
should be. So already we're vibing.
Yeah.
We're vibing.
With the Opeth stuff as well, dude.
Yeah.
It was one of our easiest songs, and I thought we were just going to blast through it no problem, but some of the easiest sections ended up taking the longest, which was really strange, but the end product was, you couldn't deny the end product. It was a really good, I think basically,
So basically,
I mean, that and coming on stage and, I mean, providing a live performance aspect that, he kind of blew it out of the water there. And, his playing.
thanks to the shiny green cast.
it just kind of worked, and he vibed and clicked, and I mean, we all worked well together. So that's
yeah, I
one
think
of
he
the big
played
things.
3 shows before we offered him like the full-time gig.
That's awesome. It's really good.
So your fourth show was at the desert.
I believe.
I think that was his third.
No,
No,
he
that
played...
was-
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Were you
The-
official for that show?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
it was his worst one.
I was holding down the tent, literally.
I don't know if that bass was even plugged in.
I honestly don't think it was.
Well, my superpowers were gone. My cast was off. So
What's up with you guys?
We have Rock Party this Saturday, the 25th.
Ooh, woohoo!
Yeah,
Sharing
it's
with
gonna
our
be
brothers
killer.
in the Mirage Theory. Going to be killing it together. And some good homies. It's going to be a good time with friends. Attila's also playing As Blood Runs Black, Eye of Helix. There's some great bands on there. We're really looking forward to that. We're playing the Pirate VIP stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we have tickets.
I mean, I'm super stoked to just be out there. We're gonna be hanging out all day long. Come by the booth and say what's up. I mean, we're there with all of our friends in the scene right now. I mean, it's really cool to have a show with so many talented bands.
Yeah, if you're in a
At
band,
the
come
same
out
time.
and network. We're really easygoing, easy to talk to. We've never been those people that are just too big for their britches, because we're just starting out ourselves, and there's so many people in this industry that are just kind of douchey, and that really kills their vibe. John's making a face right now. I think he agrees. that kills
Yeah.
that's gonna kill their band in the long run. You get that reputation, and we've all been open about it. Like, just be as friendly as possible. You never know who you could help or who could help you.
Free hugs.
Absolutely. I was kind of like on my way here, and then I saw that you guys posted on your Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, or your Instagram, that this was kind of like your last show for a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's local.
What's
Last
going
local
on?
We are.
I mean, if you can share, of course.
No, absolutely.
Are you recording? Are we doing something? Are we planning?
Well, I guess, yeah, official announcement. We're haven't announced it yet, but we're going to be starting pre-production on our first full length.
Oh.
So we're actually super excited about that.
That is so awesome that you guys are going to start recording a full length. I'm pretty excited. I've seen you guys live once, and I've enjoyed it very much, and now I'm going to see you at Rock Party. So what's, what would be some advice to some bands that are in your similar position that you could share? Somebody could be going through that mentality, hey, I'm coming here to the States, or I want to form a band. This is what I want to do. What would you share to somebody in your same, like a younger you?
Never give up.
I think the greatest talent you can really have is perseverance, and that's not really a talent. It's just never, like he said, never giving up and just being hardworking and not getting discouraged. It's easy when you first start out to be like discouraged, or you can have all the talent in the world, but no one will notice you and you just don't get it. And you start feeling like, well, maybe this isn't right. But if you have a passion for it and it really makes you happy, just make it happen. I've worked in music for a long time when I was younger and had some successes with it and was able to do amazing things at a young age and see all these things. And then I've also been in the depths of despair and depression, which is where a lot of the lyrics of our band come from.
Who writes the lyrics?
It's more of a collaboration now between Olga and myself, mostly. Eric chips in as well. We haven't actually written any songs with Nikhil yet, but I'm sure he'll chip in as well. The majority of our released music, the Rise EP and the single, I wrote most of it and then collaborated with her. She wrote almost all of Free World, the first track off of the Rise, which is about finding her happiness and all that. But yeah, it's a collaboration mostly, I think. But it's kids in, situations where they're feeling that way, there is a way to get past that depression, past that despair feeling where you think there's nothing left for you except for just settling. And that's something that I just kind of clawed my way out of, I'm super happy now. It's something that I've always wanted to do, to be in a band that I built from the ground up along with Eric. We founded this band and now they're involved. These two hardest working people I've ever met. Like, Olga's work ethic is insane. Having an engineer in the band now just takes it. Like, I think every band should have an engineer.
I'm free, by the way.
I agree.
He's available for bookings.
That's a quality control right there.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
I'd say, like, if we're going back to advice, I'd say, put yourself out there, take some chances, and you're only as good as the connections that you make and the people that you meet. It took me a long time to get to the point where I would put myself out there and meet the David or the Olga or, give the guy at the gym a chance to record us, put out a professional product and really take the chance, meet some people. I mean, met you guys at, a networking event that you guys were doing here and, hit it off with you guys. We're slowly but surely meeting a ton of great people, and it's putting ourselves out there and giving people an opportunity to show what they can do.
Taking it from the closet to the stage, really, like the bedroom to the stage, it's really hard to get past that fear level of putting yourself out there and meeting new people, because you can be the baddest motherfucker in your bedroom, like like shredding and all this stuff, and you're the best. But then all of a sudden you go and you meet these people, and all of a sudden stage fright, like, oh,
Totally.
It takes a while to have that confidence, and just it doesn't be anything special. Just reach out your handshake. Hey, I'm so and so. I'm in this band, or I have this project. I'd really like to, pick your brain, or just make it to where it's not so one-sided, And Eric and I went to NAMM this year. We went to NAMM last year as well, I think. And then Olga as well. We met a lot of...
and Nikhil.
Yeah.
Nikhil was there too.
Nikhil was there, yeah.
Actually,
He wasn't in the band yet.
Yep.
He wasn't in the band yet.
I was meeting Dave Mustaine.
but it was meant to
Let's not get into that.
Yeah. We made a lot of good connections there. Not being intimidated or scared by these people that we've idolized and looked up to this whole time. Just being cool and down to earth and offering your hand, like, hey man, I'm a huge fan, like, and just going from there. Having a strategy as well, I think.
Yeah.
You need to build your band as a business as well. It's an art. It is, which is really hard for a lot of people to differentiate. Okay, this is my art. I want to be artistic, but it takes more than just being amazing. You have to have a business mindset as well to succeed. And that's something that we've all sat down and got our business plan down. Like, this is what our plan is. Stick to it and go.
Yeah, we put a lot of time into goal setting, deadlines, and kind of reviewing, this is where we've come, this is what we've done, what do we need to do to reach the next level. So that's...
How about you, Nikhil and Olga? You guys come from Russia and from India, so you got perspective on locals. But how's, like, any advice? How long ago did you come here? Like, what's your advice coming from another country and starting here in the U.S.?
Well, it's not really easy to just move out once and just decide to stay there and then just, follow your dream. But, I mean, when you really want it, you have to do it. You, like, no matter what, just do it. That's it.
Just make it happen.
Just make it happen.
No excuses anymore.
Yeah, and as they were talking about, it's a lot, as Eric was saying, it's a lot about giving people the opportunity. If I were to just be like, oh, it's just some other dude with another band, not checked out the music, then I wouldn't be here right now. So it's about meeting people and giving them an opportunity. And, you know, if it's something you vibe with, go with it. If it's not, then know when it's not something you vibe with and don't force it. Just let it be, you know.
I'm a big fan of thinking positive. Like, if you think positive thoughts and you have a positive vibe, people are going to be attracted to that. And if you put yourself out there in that sense, then, you know, if you already have that sense about you that good things are going to happen, only good things can happen. So,
Amen to that. Now, Eddie's favorite segment of the podcast.
This is my favorite segment of the podcast, and I'm going to start lowering my voice and getting closer to the microphone because this is, you know, we're wrapping the podcast up, but this is kind of like the icing on the cake, cherry on top.
That was sexy. I can't wait to hear that in like headphones.
Take it, John.
So, if there was a mystical creature or animal that could embody what the Art of Decay is,
Oh God.
what would you say that mystical creature would be?
I think Nikhil's perfect for this.
I'll get closer and lower my voice too.
Well, you already have a super good voice.
Liger?
A liger.
A liger? I see Eric just go, oh no, why'd you say that?
I cheated. I had a chance to think about it. So, go ahead first.
I don't know, man. It's the mix between a lion and a tiger, right? So, the two of the most brutal things there are. Like, the tiger is a beautiful creature, you know. The tiger is like a beautiful creature. The lion is powerful. And
It's got the mane.
exactly, yeah. It's the king of the jungle. Tiger, badass, beautiful creature. So,
At least he
as
didn't
we
choose
discussed,
man
we
bear
got the
pig.
mix.
What do you think, Eric?
I was in the restroom when I was thinking, but I've been watching Game of Thrones a lot recently, and I would say, you know, the three guys were the dragons, and she's Daenerys Stormborn, taking over the world.
The what?
The breaker of chains.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
Game of
Mother of
Thrones.
dragons.
Oh,
So
okay.
she has
Beyond
three,
Burn.
she's got
Yeah.
three
I
dragons.
don't watch
She's taking over the world with them essentially, and no one can stop her. So that's
Mhm.
no one can stop Olga.
I dig that.
That was better than mine. Keep that. Come on.
I think Napoleon Dynamite might have been the first American movie he saw when he moved here or something.
That's horrible.
The Liger.
It stuck with me.
Like-
Yeah.
but hey, you know, you're ballpark. You're you know, you got the lion, you got finesse, and you got the ruthless, the, you know, intimidating lion approach, and then you got the dragons, and, you know,
The dragon lady.
the dragon lady. That's pretty awesome. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure to have you here.
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having
It's been
us.
Thank you.
Anytime,
Yeah.
guys, and you're more than welcome to come back and, you know, kick it here at any time. Everybody feel free to follow Art of Decay on social media. You guys have Facebook also, right? Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram,
YouTube, Instagram,
YouTube, wherever.
Instagram and
Spotify.
Facebook is
Spotify, Apple Music, because that's, you know, that's where I rock, you know, music. And
Yeah, even if you just want to say hi or you love or hate something, we're always open to talk. So
Is there-
YouTube as well. We didn't even talk about this, but really briefly, we are in the process of starting our own production company as well.
Oh,
So if you do look at our Facebook and our YouTube, you'll see a lot of promo videos that we've been doing. That's all been done in-house. So we're going to be an all-encompassed promo, EPK, music video, live photography, engineering, recording. So we're in the process of getting that all ironed out, but that should be this year launched as well. It's
Nice.
another public announcement.
So if anyone wants like a guitar playthrough with like flying cats around,
We're the
them,
people,
stuff like
yes.
that.
He has a
Hit
demo
me
of that
for
already,
that.
actually.
okay. I
On
want
the
to
green
see
screen.
the flying cats. I want to see that. Okay.
Definitely make that
Fly-
happen.
we'll make it
Like-
Ligers just for
Yeah.
Nikhil.
Yes. All right. So feel free to follow Art of Decay. Links will be in the description below. And thank you for joining us.
See you guys at Rock Party. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
What's up? This is Olga from Art of Decay. You guys about to listen to our newest single, Let Go. It's available on iTunes and Spotify. Thank you.
control.